In a housing complex, there lived two young children named Farhan and Aulia. In the afternoon, Farhan invites Aulia to play hide and seek in an old house that has no inhabitants.
Oh, let's play hide and seek in the old house. Let's go. We haven't played for a long time.
Huh? Hide and seek? It's already about to Maghrib. I often hear stories that if I want to play hide and seek, strange things will happen.
Do you believe in such a red myth? Suppose there is me.
Well, that's that then. But if there is anything, I blame you.
They entered the yard of the house. There was a big tree in the yard. The house building was no longer sturdy. A lot of dust was scattered, and of course it became a cobweb. And they started a game of hide and seek, with Farhan standing guard and Aulia hiding. Aulia chooses to hide inside the old house because she is afraid that Farhan will find her in her usual hiding place.
Huh? How come the house is not locked?
After the while Aulia hid, she heard the sound of footsteps. She thought it was Farhan. Because Aulia was afraid of being discovered, Aulia hid deeper into the house. She entered the living room and hid under the table in the room. In the room, there are several jars and paintings left by the owner of the house. Soon, there was one painting that fell.
Huh? Astaghfirullah, what is that?
Because Aulia was afraid that Farhan would hear that and she would be discovered, she rushed to move to another place. However, just as she moved under the table, she saw like there were figures of grandmothers bent over walking slowly past Aulia. Because Aulia was afraid, she rushed to run from the old house and looked for Farhan.
Farhan.
What's wrong? Why is your breath hunting?
I heard the painting fall and saw the grandmothers in the house.
What's wrong with you? Where could there be grandmother there when this house has been uninhabited for a long time?
Seriously, I saw it earlier.
Maybe it's just your hallucination from playing in a place like this. We better go home. Let's continue playing tomorrow.
Finally, they went home with Aulia, who was still in shock over the incident. The next day, Farhan invites Aulia back to the old house they used yesterday to play, to confirm the incident that Aulia experienced yesterday. After arriving at the old house, Farhan and Aulia entered by settling. Inside, their eyes scoured the contents of the room to look for the whereabouts of the grandmothers that Aulia saw yesterday. Since they didn't find her in the room, Farhan took Aulia to a room with the door open.
There, what room is it? How come it's not closed?
Already no need. We just go home. I feel not good.
Our responsibility has ended here. It's time to leave without knowing the truth.
Farhan pulled Aulia's hand, to follow him into the room. When going to explore the room, Farhan's ears seemed to be talking. There Farhan was shocked, but still acted ordinary because he thought it was Aulia's voice. They took one step forward to open the door wider, and it turned out that they saw the grandmothers in the corner of the room with their heads down. As a result of Aulia's suit, the grandmothers raised their heads and looked at them. At the same time, they saw that the grandmother's face were already smashed, covered in blood, and one eye left. They rushed out of the house. As it turned out, after going out, it was getting dark. Still shocked by what they saw earlier, they finally decided to go home. Later that night, with a feeling of fear, Aulia told the incident to her father.
Dad, do you know, I saw the grandmothers in the old house with their face crushed and covered in blood, and her eyes were still one.
What did you do to the place?
Farhan asked hide and seek there, but I even meet grandmother.
You didn't play there anymore.
With a feeling that was still afraid, Aulia slept in her room alone. When she closed her eyes, she heard the sound of the window opening and the knocking sound on the window. Aulia plucked up the courage to open her eyes. She saw the grandmother was not there. She saw outside the window, looking at Aulia banging on her bedroom window.
Get out! Get out from my house and never come back!
What should I do now? If I close my eyes big, will the grandma leave? Or do I have to run to mom and dad's room? But if I run, grandma will catch me or not? Should I meet that grandmother and ask her what her purpose is really for dating here?
However, because Aulia was so scared, she stepped to run to her parents' room regardless of whether the grandmother would chase her or not. In her parents' room, Aulia told her all the incident just now.
Already, you don't play there anymore? Yes, it's the house of Sundari, mother who died a long time ago in a car accident in front of her own house. Because that Miss Sundari has no close relatives, so the house was simply vacated.
But why is there only one eye?
Yeah, it's the aftermath of the accident. It's so now that you sleep and recite prayers.
After the incident, Aulia and Farhan never played in the old house again and never played hide and seek again. And the grandmother didn't bother anymore because there was never another one to play around the grandmother's house.